Hi, I'm Shaking Gaming, and you're watching my breakdown of Falcon versus Vulture, who to use when. If you think long videos are boring, then here's the conclusion. If the enemies are stealth, there's no speed up on your team or slow on the enemy team, and there's buff heavy enemies, pick Falcon. If there are city hero enemies, speed up on your own team, slow on enemies, or Ultron on your team, pick Vulture. That was the quick run through. If you want anything more, please keep looking. Tag wise, Falcon is hero, tech, blaster, Avenger, global, power armor. Vulture is villain, tech, brawler, Spider-Verse, city, and Sinister 6. Main here to watch out for is villain tech on Vulture. Looking at stats for level 75, gear 13, 7 red stars, Falcon and Vulture. They are both, most stat-wise, a bit below average. Falcon is a bit below health and Vulture is a lot below. Damage-wise, they are around average. Falcon a bit above. Armor, equally the same, both 14% below. Focus, Falcon below, Vulture a bit above. Resistance, both below, but Vulture a lot more. And then speed. Falcon has 130, so he's 10% faster than the average character, but Vulture has 127 speed, which makes him 24% faster than the average character. This will be important for later parts of the video. Looking at the basic abilities, they both do roughly the same damage for the initial hit, but then there's the additional damage. Vulture does 40% extra for each negative effect, so if you have a team that applies negative effect, he's stronger. While Falcon does extra damage if the enemy has positive effects, so a bit the opposite, but you need 3 negative effects on Vulture enemies to do roughly the same damage as Falcon does on positive effects. On War, there's of course more damage to Falcon. The special, Falcon does 0 damage, but he gives minimum 30% up to 130% turn meter to your own team and clear stealth from enemies. That's 0 damage on a damage dealer. While Vulture hits for 300% damage plus applies slow to target and adjacent enemies. If the enemy is city hero, they also get offense down to 2 turns, which is quite powerful. Looking at the ultimate ability, they do around the same damage, not exactly, but around. Vulture removes 25% turn meter on top of doing 320% damage to all enemies, or 49k to each, while Falcon does 44k to each enemy. But on top of that, he does 23k damage for each positive effect on an enemy. Furthermore, he does even more damage, 9k, on war defense. It's not exactly these numbers, because some of it is piercing, but it's around that. If we head to the passive abilities, there's quite a big difference here. Falcon's abilities are pretty straightforward. 25% block chance and the extra for each power armor, 10% health and plus 10% block amount. Nothing really complicated. It gets a lot more complicated looking at Vulture's passive. He gains 10% speed bar on spawn, plus 10% speed bar per city hero enemy, which makes his speed go up quite a lot. On turn 1, it's 139 speed without any city hero enemies, and that goes up to 156 with 1 city hero enemy, 177 and 207 with 3 city hero enemies. This makes him only a bit slower than Magneto with 3 Brotherhood allies. On top of that, he gains deflect whenever one of his own teammates die, and he gains a whooping 25% speed bar when an enemy dies, plus 10% block chance for each city hero enemy. So we really see city hero enemies boost Vulture massively. Just one of them will give him increased sustainability plus extra speed. To sum it all up, Falcon is capable of removing stealth from enemies, but his speed up, his turn meter fill benefits less on a team that has speed up already, because the speed up will last less time, and at the same time removing turn meter from already slowed enemies are more effective on Falcon, because he removes turn meter from an already slowed enemy, while at the same time having speed up on your own team. You don't lose any of the speed up duration due to filling the speed bar with Falcon special. So in those situations I consider Vulture superior. Also, if you have Ultron on your team, there's a bit of a synergy. Doesn't work all the time, but whenever Ultron kills, if Vulture has any buffs on him, which he usually does if you run them in Ultimus 7 or 8, then whenever Ultron kills anything, the buffs get extended on Vulture, and in the right situations he can get quite a lot of speed up and deflect at least. On the other hand, if you face enemies with a lot of buffs, then Falcon's damage will skyrocket up, because he bonus attacks on 2 abilities if the enemy has a positive effect on them. So there you have it. There's no clear conclusion of who to use. Probably a lot of it depends on who you have the most red stars on, but on the other hand, they do have their merits on different opponents. So I actually use both of them in the Ultimus 7, but I use Vulture the most because there's city hero enemies on most of the nodes I face, and only stealth on 1 or 2 of them, where I consider using Falcon. But that was a rundown of stats and recommendations for usage of these 2 turn meter manipulators. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can consider subbing. That would be nice. If not, or no matter, have a great day. Goodbye.